it's no secret anymore. Nothing is a secret anymore, folks. It's out in the open. It's out there for everybody to talk about and dissect and analyze. All the rumors and all the speculation is finally put to rest. The Roman Reigns agenda is in full effect. It's going to be worse than ever before. This SmackDown tonight, listen, you might have enjoyed SmackDown tonight because of what was advertised. John Cena, Goldberg. The negativity surrounding Super Showdown almost made this a must-see show. And it's funny, all the negativity surrounding Super Showdown made a WWE show must-see. I wish they would make these shows must-see because they actually give a shit about what they put on these shows. But no, everybody criticizes me for being negative and shitting all over the WWE, and the reason why we all watched the show tonight was because we were all negative and shitting on Super Showdown. It's lovely. It's very lovely. This show had a big WrestleMania feel to it. Is WrestleMania season exciting in 2020? Fuck no! Absolutely not. That went out the window in Saudi Arabia. But man, oh man, was this the most nauseating, politically driven SmackDown I have ever seen. This show was downright nauseating. I could not take it anymore. By a half an hour in, I'm like, I can't watch this shit anymore. If it's not Michael Cole, it's Lacey Evans. If it's not Lacey Evans, it's Goldberg. If it's not Goldberg, it's Roman Reigns. If it's not Roman Reigns, it's Corey Graves. I wanted to legitimately vomit over their politically driven garbage. My God. My God. If you guys did not watch SmackDown Live, which at this point, I don't even blame you. I don't even know who the fuck is watching this shit nowadays. I have to, unfortunately. If you didn't watch this show, wait until you get a load of what they did on this show tonight. I don't know who writes this show. I don't know what they are thinking with half of this shit going on. But we are going to expose everything in WWE this WrestleMania season right now on this SmackDown review. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. We got Goldberg and Roman Reigns. It's official. It's official. The graphic is made. It's official for WrestleMania. But JD, doesn't Roman Reigns have to go through the Elimination Chamber to become the number one contender for the WWE Universal Championship? What do you think? This is a video game? What do you think? This is logic? Oh, man, he bypassed everything. He bypassed everything. It's a joke. It's a joke. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to expose how stupid WWE is. So they got rid of the men's Elimination Chamber. What did they do for the Elimination Chamber? What are they going to add to the pay-per-view? Well, there is an Elimination Chamber, but it's a tag team championship elimination. So we'll go over what was announced and who are the teams that are going to be competing for the SmackDown tag team titles. Lacey Evans and that political agenda is being driven into WrestleMania season. She teamed with Naomi against a returning Sasha Banks, of course. Sasha Banks in Boston makes her return. Did she get a win in her hometown? I'll give you one guess. One guess. Has Sasha Banks won a championship since returning to the WWE? There's your clue. No. So what does that mean? Did she win or did she lose? I'll make you figure it out. It's not that difficult to figure out. You goddamn cretins! What else happened on this show? Oh yeah, John Cena. The return of big man, big match, John Cena. He's in WrestleMania. He will be fighting. He will be fighting who we all suspected he would be fighting. And in no instance did WWE think about anything that they were doing on this show. Bray Wyatt looks like a fool coming out of Super Showdown. John Cena looks like a complete idiot on SmackDown tonight with his promo, or whoever wrote his promo. He might have written his own promo. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And I'm going to expose what WWE has done to ultimately ruin Wrestlemania season this year, folks. This is going to be a SmackDown review that you are not going to want to miss. So we're going to go over the show tonight right here on Off the Script. I am JD. Thank you guys so very much for joining me here on February 28th, 2020. Thank the Lord Jesus that we have professional wrestling on a Saturday night tomorrow with AEW Revolution. At least then, for 3.5 hours, I will not look and feel like a fucking idiot. Because AEW never makes me look like an idiot. Only WWE has that type of power to make you look like an idiot. I'll be live on the channel tomorrow night for AEW Revolution. Make sure you guys are following me on all social media platforms for all the latest news on AEW and what happens coming out of that show in Chicago. At JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. We are on our way to 116,000 subscribers. Thank you for the 115 that we just hit with all the negativity surrounding Super Showdown. But it's not all negativity, folks, if it's all true. You see, I am not negative. I'm just a truthful individual. People don't like to hear the truth. People think the truth is negative. Motherfucker, the truth is the truth. You need to know what you're watching, and that's why I exist. That's why I'm here. So we're going to go over all of that tonight, as always, and we exposed a ton of shit on the Super Showdown podcast. Make sure you guys go and check all that out. That is linked down below in the description, along with the Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite, and Off the Script from today, where, again, we attack those who justified the outcome at Super Showdown. So, again, all those videos are linked down below in the description of this very video. Hit that thumbs up as always. Turn on the bell for all notifications. And if you guys want to support the podcast via Patreon, you guys can certainly do that as well. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Goldberg. SmackDown. Universal Champion. First thing we see on the show is Goldberg coming out as the new Universal Champion. And he was booed out of the building. And within mere minutes, Michael Cole made everybody sick to their fucking stomachs. I don't believe the gall of WWE to have Michael Cole reiterate this fucking garbage that I heard tonight. This is not a troll, folks. I am not misspeaking. I'm not speaking out of turn. I am not misquoting. I am not doing any of those things here tonight. This is exactly verbatim, word for word, what this man said on SmackDown. Get a load of this. Michael Cole said that is right, and Goldberg is the Universal Champion. You heard that right. And he detailed his win over the Fiend at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. Then WWE, after all the fucking fan backlash, that this company had coming its way, every which direction, justified and deserved, they have the gall to show up on live TV, on Fox, on SmackDown, and justify the outcome of Bray Wyatt losing. If I'm Bray Wyatt and I'm hearing this, I'm looking at when my contract is up and I'm getting the fuck out of WWE. Michael Cole went on to say and justify Bill Goldberg winning the Universal Championship by saying that they set a record with over 850,000 likes for their Instagram post with Goldberg holding up the Universal Championship after he defeated the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, at Super Showdown. WWE justified the outcome amongst all the negativity by having Michael Cole go out there and proclaiming that it was the right decision, that it was in the majority of positivity, by proclaiming that because they had 850,000 likes on social media, on Instagram for Goldberg's picture, that it was the right decision to make, that the fans approved of this title change at Super Showdown. How fucking dare you? The days of WWE listening to their fan base is long gone. But man, I am only here because I love what I do. If I didn't have this channel and I didn't have my job here doing what I do, I would not watch this show. I would not be watching WWE. I would strictly be NXT and AEW only. This is pathetic. How fucking dare you go on this show and proclaim that it was the right decision when the company knows full and well that the negative backlash was absolutely warranted? How fucking dare you? I've never been more fucking sick. My eyes never rolled in the back of my fucking head the way that they did after hearing that fucking comment. Pathetic. I will never trust this company with anything ever again. They hate their fucking fan base. Don't expect them to do anything you want. Bray Wyatt was sacrificed for the almighty dollar. That's what happened to Bray Wyatt. Why is Goldberg and Roman Reigns the main event of WrestleMania? It's going to be the main event. You think Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar's going to main event? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? There were reports that Paul Heyman has been lobbying for Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre to main event this show. That is out the fucking window now. Gone. It should be, because we're crowning a new champion, someone who's never had a coronation at WrestleMania. But here we are, number 5 in Roman Reigns' career, 4 of which failed. So please explain to me how the 5th one is going to be any different against Goldberg. You're walking into a fucking disaster at WrestleMania. I am telling you right now, the match will blow. And that crowd, you think they're fucking stupid, right? You think they're stupid. You don't think anybody picked up on that. You justifying your behavior. Wait till you get to Tampa, and that's the last thing that we see. I hope they burn that fucking stadium down to the fucking ground. Pathetic. You make me fucking sick, Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, and all these fucking suits in WWE. You work for us! We make you! I could have stopped watching the show right there. I could have stopped watching the show right then and there in the first 5 minutes. You know what I don't get? I don't hear anybody else talking about this shit the way I do, with the fucking passion and emotion. WWE, WrestleMania is their biggest show of the year. This is obvious. The main event of WrestleMania should be a sacred fucking thing. It should be the one thing that you build up all year. It's the one thing that should be on your mind. As soon as WrestleMania ends this year, you should automatically have it in your head where you want to be and who you want in the main event for next year's WrestleMania. Am I wrong? WrestleMania season gets lazier and lazier every single year. WWE writing, the creative gets lazier and lazier every single year. They are at a point in their writing now, in their storytelling, where they don't even care about what they do. They just do, with nothing behind it. No passion, no emotion, no investment, nothing. Nothing. WWE has booked Roman Reigns and Bill Goldberg in the main event of WrestleMania 36 for the Universal Championship. This decision was decided upon in the last 2 weeks. That doesn't bother you? You mean to tell me all through 2019 when we finished WrestleMania 35 in New York, going through SummerSlam and the Survivor Series and even through the Royal Rumble, was your idea for the entire calendar year Bill Goldberg and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 36 for the Universal Championship? Or did this decision come about in the last 2 weeks? Yet nobody finds that to be an issue. That is a glaring fucking issue about how WWE operates. You are never going to convince anybody that, oh yeah, we had this in the bag for the entire year. This is where we were going. You might have had it in the bag that you wanted Roman Reigns in the main event, but you weaseled yourself into a situation now where everybody thinks in the WWE that Roman's going to be over. Roman's going to be cheered because he's going one-on-one against the new villain in WWE, Goldberg, who took down the hottest actor in the company. They think Roman's going to go over. They think Roman's going to be heralded as a hero at WrestleMania this year in Tampa. Let me tell you something, Bruce. Let me tell you something, Vince. This is going to blow up in your fucking face, and I'll be the first one leading the army on social media, laughing at a fifth failure for Roman Reigns. When are you going to get it through your skulls? Why do you take WrestleMania for granted now? Oh, we could do whatever we want. People are going to come out. It's WrestleMania. All because WrestleMania now sells itself, which I don't even believe the fucking show's a sellout. Because who the fuck's going to sit there with, A, this build, this card, and in the fucking Tampa Heat in April? Why are you so lazy when it comes to WrestleMania? You expect people to fucking care about WrestleMania because it's WrestleMania. That doesn't give you the right or the excuse to not put any effort in the fucking build. $850,000 Instagram likes for this picture. So Goldberg was booed out of the building. He left. And this is legitimate. That was a legitimate shoot right there by Bill Goldberg. He left, and it resonated throughout the entire fucking arena. Resonated on every TV screen that was airing this fucking garbage program. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be mistaken. It's not about who was last. It's about who is next. Drop the microphone. Yeah, I can't wait. Oh, man, this story is so captivating. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds at WrestleMania. Who's next? Who's next? He paused, looked around. Roman Reigns comes out. Goldberg did not even flinch. He stood in the ring and walked around the ring as if he knew Roman Reigns was coming out. There was no emotion on Goldberg's face. There was no sign of emotion at all in Bill Goldberg. Yet I'm supposed to be excited about WrestleMania. Goldberg already knows he's dropping the title to Roman Reigns. So why the fuck is he standing in the ring with the title? Roman came out. Graves wondered if Reigns will be next. No, Graves, he's going to be next in line for fucking catering. What the fuck is he going to be next for? Cole noted that Reigns beat Corbin at Super Showdown. How was this pertinent to the overall segment on this show? Okay, what are you telling me? Reigns beat Corbin on Super Showdown. Great. Are you trying to justify that Oh, that win giving him a championship? Is that what you're trying to justify to me right now? So, we got Reigns entering the ring. There was a chant of "you both suck" in Boston. So, Goldberg is standing there. Reigns walked up to Goldberg with a microphone in the hand. And he said, "I'm next." Again, captivating storytelling here by Vince McMahon. "Ma'am, Bruce, where did you go to school for your creative writing lessons? I'd love to know." Goldberg nodded. His right eye twitched. Reigns left, and that was it. Cole asked the viewers if they could imagine that this match is happening. Graves then said it would shake WWE to its core. He says this is a match that only dreams are made of, or a match that you'd only see in your dreams, said Michael Cole or Corey. One of them said it. I don't even remember who said it because I wasn't even fucking paying attention. At that point, I was so heated. This is a match that only happens in your dreams, says Corey Graves. If that's the fucking case, this is a match that I'd love to sleep right through, motherfucker. Wake me when it's over. What else did they say? This will shake WWE to its core. I'd love for you to tell me how and why that will happen because of this match. Correct me if I'm wrong, Graves. This is the guy we're talking about. This guy here. This is the guy that we're talking about. What did the clown say now? What did he say now? Huh? Yes, Graves, I'd love for you to tell me how this is going to shake the fucking company to its core. Didn't Goldberg wrestle Brock Lesnar 2 years ago at WrestleMania? If that didn't shake the fucking company to its core, I'd love for you to tell me how Roman Reigns is going to shake the company to its core. Because I'm not anticipating a better match than what I've seen between those two. With Reigns and Goldberg? Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh, clown. This was downright nauseating. You felt it. The political agenda was just being pushed onto you. Whoever's excited for this WrestleMania, man, you got some mental fucking problems. You really got some mental issues. This was fucking garbage. That's your WrestleMania main event. Bray Wyatt was sold out to the almighty dollar. WWE's greed killed Bray Wyatt. Why do you say that, JD? Well, WWE is shopping the WWE pay-per-views, WrestleMania. They want it to happen for WrestleMania. That's why they're pushing for all of this to happen. They're shopping this to ESPN Plus or a major streaming service. What do you think is going to look better in the eyes of Vince McMahon? Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, or Roman Reigns versus The Fiend, or John Cena versus The Fiend? Of course, they're going to do Bill Goldberg. They're going to do two ex-football players for the Universal Championship. They're going to market it Spear versus Spear, the old guard versus the new guard, or whatever the fuck they come up with. I don't even know what the fucking story is here. What is the story here? And then halfway through the show, they announced the match as confirmed. They announced this trash as confirmed. The graphic was made before they landed back in the United States from Saudi Arabia. The graphic was probably made on the fucking flight back to the United States. So let me get this straight, folks. Let me get this straight. Drew McIntyre wins the Royal Rumble. And he gets a shot at Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, the way things should be. Now, Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble. He has the right to main event WrestleMania, meaning, a.k.a., last match on the show. So Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble. He's got the right now to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns was reportedly supposed to win the Elimination Chamber to get the match with Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania. That is no longer happening. Roman Reigns is just gifted a Universal Championship match against Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania without doing anything to earn the title shot. Folks, I'd love for someone to tell me how this is logical. How do these things balance out? How is this fair? McIntyre wins the Royal Rumble, gets Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's the challenge he wants at WrestleMania for the title of his choosing. Roman Reigns doesn't win the Royal Rumble, doesn't win the Elimination Chamber because WWE canceled the men's SmackDown Elimination Chamber. So what I'm going on here is Roman Reigns beats Baron Corbin at Super Showdown. And he earns a title shot at WrestleMania. So, by that logic, you mean to tell me, this is WWE now telling me, WWE is telling us that beating Baron Corbin is just as prestigious as the Royal Rumble. Or winning the Royal Rumble. If I'm Drew McIntyre and I'm looking at this logically, I'm fucking pissed. Why do I have to win the Royal Rumble and Roman Reigns just walked into WrestleMania without doing anything? How is a feud with Baron Corbin for 7 months equal or greater than winning the Royal Rumble and earning a spot in a championship match at WrestleMania? Am I losing my mind? Am I being overly critical? Seriously. There'll be some fucking idiot to try and justify this situation as well. Oh, but he beat leukemia. Yes, because beating cancer also deserves a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. Give me a fucking break. You get no preferential treatment, no special treatment. He's Roman Reigns. He gets a title shot. And then you want to laugh at me and you want to fucking chastise me when I say the Roman effect is in full effect. The Roman agenda is in full effect. The fuck are we watching? They're pushing Roman Reigns down on you harder than anyone. It is fucking sickening. Downright sickening. I would love for someone to justify this. You can't. There's no way you can. There's no explanation for it. They're going to do what they want to do because fuck you. That's why they did it. Bayley versus Naomi. This went to a DQ. Sasha Banks came out, and Bayley introduced her as a future Grammy Award winner, Sasha Banks. She would probably have a better chance of winning a Grammy than ever winning a women's championship in WWE. That's just the way it is. WWE hates Sasha Banks, legitimately. I am standing behind that 100%. They don't value Sasha Banks. They don't appreciate Sasha Banks for whatever reason. She's outspoken. She's a rebel. Good. Good. It's the type of woman I like. Fuck this company. She knows they're a crock of shit, and she's acting like it. Cole yelled it's boss time in her hometown of Boston. Yeah, great job there, Cole. Great job there, Cole. So Bayley is out there with Sasha, and the match barely got started. I don't even know why this match was happening in the first place after Bayley beat Naomi at Super Showdown. But Sasha came in and jumped on Naomi after a cover. We had a rear view, and then Sasha jumps in, causes the DQ. Out comes Lacey Evans to make the save, and then we get Jessica Carr, the new female official, up from NXT on SmackDown Live. Or Friday Night SmackDown. I keep calling it SmackDown Live. I wish. Anything but Fox, because this show sucks. Jessica Carr, the female official that was brought up from NXT, she's out there demanding a match. She's out there yelling at the timekeeper and asserting her dominance on this show. You think that's done by design, folks? You think that's done because WWE is giving their referees personality? Or is it a part of the AEW effect? I don't know any other female referee. Aubrey Edwards. Whoa! A little bit of a mucus build-up there, bro. WWE sees what AEW is doing with Aubrey Edwards, and now they need their slice of the female referee pie. They need their referees, especially Jessica Carr, their female referees, to now have this certain dominance about them on WWE TV because Aubrey Edwards does a great job over in AEW, and she's charismatic, and she's over, and she's got fan chants. Yes, I'm sure WWE is now all of a sudden giving their referees fucking personality and charisma, right? All of a sudden, because that's what they want to do. Meanwhile, WWE has never brought to attention or brought to light any of their referees. They don't even fucking call their referees by their real name. They don't even bother calling their referees by their real name. Mike Rome and everybody else that does the announcing, they always dumb them down because they don't want the officials or the announcers or the referees to take over a huge chunk of the match because of their personality. They don't want the announcers to be a big spotlighted portion of the match. Go listen to Justin Roberts talk about this. They dumbed him down. Meanwhile, Justin Roberts continues to show why he's the best ring announcer in all of pro wrestling. Still. Give me a break. Jessica Carr and the initiative to all of a sudden give her dominance on TV is absolutely an AEW effect. Lacey Evans comes out. I wanted to vomit again, if not, this entire show was just a vomit-inducing program for 2 hours. Roman Reigns and Goldberg, that was the first instance. Then Lacey Evans running down and saving Naomi here. I look at her and I want to legitimately puke. It is disgusting how they are pushing this woman to be so over as a babyface, and it just falls flat. It's like I should call her Lacey Luger. It's exactly what I'm going to start calling her. She's the female version of fucking the all-American Lex Luger. Just give her the fucking Lex Express and we'll be off and running. Lacey Evans and Naomi versus Sasha and Bayley, because of course this match turned into a fucking tag team match. Why not? Typical Bruce. Typical SmackDown. Lacey Evans botched a tope or a plancha over the top. She tripped up and then she fell very dangerously onto Sasha Banks on the outside. So that's a nice choice you got in women's champions there, Vince. You want to push Lacey Evans as a women's champion, yet she's oh so dangerous in the ring. She can't even do one of the simplest fucking things in the ring. For someone like that, a talented wrestler, should be able to perform. This is the woman you want as the women's champion, right? She's in the ring with Naomi, who is far superior. She's in the ring with Sasha Banks and Bayley, who are on another fucking planet compared to Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans is the rookie. What business does she have in the ring with any of these women on this night? Ever. They don't. They don't have any business being in the ring with her. They are far superior to Lacey Evans. Evans and Naomi win here. Naomi was beaten down. She got heat on her, and then she made the hot tag to Lacey Evans. She did not look bad, but there was another botch by Lacey Evans, and I laughed. Sasha was in the ring. Naomi tagged back in, landed a flying body press onto Bayley for a near fall, broke up by Sasha. Sasha then gave Naomi a backstabber, which looked fucking great. Sasha was celebrating, and then Lacey botched, yanking Sasha Banks out of the ring. They brawled at ringside. Naomi then sunset flipped Bayley for the 3 count, and Sasha Banks loses in Boston, and the champion gets pinned on live TV. There you go. Am I surprised on both of those situations? I am not. You know what I'm thinking about here? I'd love for Bruce to tell me what the logic was behind this match. You're pushing Lacey Evans so much as a babyface, yet you want her to come make the save. You want her to be the hero here in this match, running down in Boston in a tag team match with Sasha Banks, who's from Boston, Massachusetts, the hometown girl. I'd love for you to explain to me how you wanted Lacey Evans to be over in enemy territory with Sasha Banks in the ring in her hometown. I'd love for you to explain that to me, because I didn't hear anybody cheering for Lacey Evans. I didn't hear anybody really giving a shit about Lacey Evans. Another bumble-headed move by WWE. But keep doing what you're doing, Bruce. I love it. I'll be here every fucking time, every chance I get to cut you down. Awesome. Robert Roode and Kofi Kingston. This is the match that I never wanted to see. Don't really understand why this was. This was 13 minutes of a huge chunk of time here. And Robert Roode wins. Robert Roode wins. So, in the beginning of this match, Big E got kicked out of the ringside area because Bobby Roode threw himself into the steel steps to pretend that Big E attacked him, because he knew Big E was a threat on the outside to Kofi Kingston. So the referee, all of a sudden now, is becoming a logical part of the story here. Normally they're a bunch of fucking brain-dead idiots, but on this night, the referee wanted to have a fucking brain. So he's like, oh my God, what happened here? What happened here? This is something that he would usually overlook. And I forgot who he thought the heels and the baby faces were in this situation. Like, really? So he kicks Big E out because he thinks Big E threw Bobby Roode into the steel steps. Yet he should know who Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler are. They're heinous heels, right? So of course they would play a fucking trick on Big E. Why would Big E do that and intentionally cost Kofi Kingston the match? Now the referee wants to be like, oh, I'm going to play by the rules. Are you fucking serious? My God. And what happened to the referee? The referee has to see it, right? Doesn't the referee have to see everything? He didn't see this instance, but he kicked Big E out of the fucking match. Give me a break, man. This show was a complete clusterfuck of epic proportions. So Big E gets kicked out of the ringside area. And we got Roode landing a spine buster for a near fall towards the end of this thing. Roode went for the glorious DDT. Kofi blocked it, hit the SOS. Ziggler put Roode's foot on the bottom rope to save Roode from a loss. And the referee did not see that. And he was in clear vantage point, of course, but he did not want to take notice of this clear outside interference. So Roode was saved here by Ziggler. Kofi complained to Ziggler. Roode then rolled up Kofi for a 3 count, and that was it. Then they cut to the back, and Sonya Deville was watching the TV with Mandy Rose, and Deville told Mandy, your man seems happy. And then Cole asked, did she just say, your man? Oh yeah, Dolph is pretty fucking happy. He ain't happy about Bobby Roode winning the match. He's happy that he's taken Mandy Rose in that tight dress back to his hotel room. Bobby Roode wins in a waste of time in 13 minutes. Otis was backstage, looking like he hadn't slept. He looked all disheveled. His hair was all fucked up. They're really making him feel depressed about this Mandy Rose situation. He said, there's just something not right about Mandy going out with Dolph Ziggler. I can feel it. Tucky. I just can't put my finger on it. Tucky then said he loves Otis, but sometimes the guy doesn't get the girl, and Dolph does. He suggested that he let Mandy go. Tucker said next week they'll get him the love he deserves, and the love will come from the fans, the WWE Universe, who would never choose Dolph Ziggler over Otis. Otis said, oh yeah, Tucker. There you go. Renee Young stood in the ring for a contract signing because these are just so different, right? This shows WWE's creativity, a contract signing. Contract signing for the Intercontinental Championship match at the Elimination Chamber. She introduced Shinsuke Nakamura. He was accompanied by the best heel on SmackDown, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. They showed last week's Symphony of Violence, or Symphony of Destruction match, where Nakamura got cut when he was power slammed on top of a grand piano. They actually showed Nakamura getting stapled in the head. Gruesome. Very, very gruesome. So they're all in the ring, and Strowman made his way down to the ring. He let the mullet out. So he really looked like trailer trash holding the Intercontinental Championship. Cole said Strowman is a proud champion. He said he talked with him earlier about the legacy he wants to live up to regarding the IC title. Braun Strowman living up to a legacy that the IC title deserves? That's as funny as Ricochet saying he's earned a title shot against Brock Lesnar. Oh, man, Strowman, man. You're hanging around Dolph Ziggler too much, bro. Really. These comedy skits, man, they'll play perfect in his comedy act. Anyway, we got this contract signing. Renee asked Nakamura to sign the contract first. Sammy paused and asked everyone to hold on. He told Strowman to grab his seat like a gentleman. So Braun picked up the chair and threw it up the aisle, over the top rope. There you go. Sammy said the way they've all been mistreated lately is nothing short of a travesty. Sammy told Braun not to roll his eyes at him. He told him that Nakamura couldn't enjoy his birthday last week because he was slammed. He was slammed on top of a grand piano. So fans were cheering. Of course they would be. Sammy said Nakamura is an artist and a poet. Braun told him to shut up. He said everyone is sick and tired of hearing him bitch and moan. I actually love when Sami Zayn bitches and moans. He's doing a great job. Said at the end of the day, he knows he'll have to fight all three of them clowns, so he doesn't care what the contract says. He grabbed the pen and signed the contract. Okay? But he signed the contract after saying he knows he'll have to fight all three of these clowns, and he doesn't care if he has to. Give me the pen, and I'll sign the contract. So he signed the contract, but he said what he said. So Sami Zayn asked the fans if we all heard that. So what you're saying is you're willing to fight all three of us. Braun asked if he's spinning it in that manner. Please, don't spin it that way. And then Sami said, well, I'm not spinning anything. I'm just reiterating what you just told us. You're not going back on your word in front of all these people now, are you? Sami then altered the contract. He altered the contract, and he initialed it. He signed the contract. So did Cesaro. And so did Nakamura. So he then gave the contract to Renee. He told Renee to go get it notarized backstage. And Sami said he looks forward to beating him at the Elimination Chamber. Braun moved the table, and he was about to pounce all over these three guys and asked Sami what makes him think he'll make it to the Elimination Chamber. So Cesaro and Nakamura attacked Braun. Sami delivered two Helluva kicks to Braun Strowman. Nakamura added a Kinshasa. Cesaro and Nakamura then suplexed Braun Strowman through the table with an assist from another Helluva kick from Sami Zayn. And Braun Strowman got what was coming to him. I love it. I love it. What I don't love is the fact that WWE is vastly underutilizing Cesaro, Nakamura, and Sami Zayn. I hate the fact that these three guys are going to be fed to Braun Strowman at the Elimination Chamber. But I do love. Now, I am not a lawyer. I know nothing of the legal field. But I do know that when someone signs a contract and initials a contract, that you can't go back and alter said contract to your liking. This is why Sami Zayn is the best heel on SmackDown on Fox. I love it. I love it. I just don't hate. I just don't like. And I hate the fact that these three guys are going to get buried at the Elimination Chamber. Not one, not two, but three guys are going to be fed to Braun Strowman for the sake of trying to make this guy's IC title reign relevant when we all know it won't be. Just give Sheamus Strowman and have Sheamus bro kick the fucking mullet off of Braun Strowman. That's all I want. Daniel Bryan versus Curtis Axel. I don't know why Daniel Bryan is in these matches with Axel and Heath Slater, and next week it'll probably be Bo Dallas. The fuck is going on with Daniel Bryan during this WrestleMania season? Are you fucking telling me this is the best you got for Daniel Bryan? Are you telling me that this is leading to a Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan match at WrestleMania? Now, I am no way going to complain about a Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan match, but I would love if Drew Gulak was actually a serious contender for Daniel Bryan or a serious threat to Daniel Bryan. How does that make a WrestleMania match when Drew Gulak has been buried and been off fucking TV, and now you want to put him on TV during WrestleMania season and you want me to believe that he's going to be a threat to Daniel Bryan going into WrestleMania? Give me a fucking break, bro. Normally I'd be like, oh man, I can't wait to see this shit. Should be a fucking clinic. This is a pre-show match, at best, with the way Gulak's been built up. Daniel Bryan wins in 3 minutes. That was it. Axel went for a perfect plex. Bryan counted into with the label lock, and he tapped out for the victory. Miz and Morrison were backstage. They were posing and doing their Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho. Someone's son, someone's child in creative wrote that song. I could envision someone on the creative staff, their 5-year-old son or daughter, gave Miz and Morrison this catchphrase. Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho. There's no way 2 grown men could come up with something that fucking ridiculous. These are your tag team champions, folks. John Morrison's back in the WWE. Remember when everybody was excited? I wasn't. I wasn't excited at all about him signing with the WWE because I knew this is where we would end up. Miz and Morrison versus Jimmy and Jey Uso. Before that was even a thing, we had the Elimination Chamber tag team match announced by the referee. The referee was telling Greg Hamilton about the Elimination Chamber. Now the referees are booking matches on this fucking show. So the ring announcer said that the first tag team title defense with Miz and Morrison will be against the New Day. And they were like, okay, we'll fight them again. We beat them the first time. We'll do it again. Then they mentioned Heavy Machinery, the Lucha House Party, Ziggler and Roode, and the Usos in an Elimination Chamber match. Now, let me cycle back a little bit. Can I ask you guys a serious question? Now, I love Nakamura. I think he's vastly underutilized. WWE is missing the boat completely on Shinsuke Nakamura. Same thing with Cesaro and same thing with Sami Zayn. I love all 3 of those guys. I really do. But I gotta ask, what has Shinsuke Nakamura done to get another Intercontinental Championship match? He was pinned a week ago. I don't get it. Cesaro was pinned a week ago. I don't get it. Sami Zayn has been a loser. He hasn't won a match since he returned last WrestleMania season. Not one match. And these guys are getting an Intercontinental Championship match on behalf of Shinsuke Nakamura. What did he do? There's nothing that you could say to justify him getting another Intercontinental Championship match. It is nothing more than a waste of fucking time. That alone tells you that they are going to be fed to Braun Strowman. Same thing here. Did we really need a tag team elimination match? Honestly, did we need an Elimination Chamber tag team match? What have Heavy Machinery done to get a tag team title shot? Same thing with the Lucha House Party. Same thing with Roode and Ziggler. If anything, should have been Miz and Morrison versus the Usos at the Elimination Chamber. That's the way things should have been. And here we are, with all the teams on SmackDown being put in an Elimination Chamber match. Granted, it should be an excellent match, given the people involved, but nothing makes sense on this show. They just go and do, and there's no explanation behind anything. So, what I thought here was that with Roman Reigns just bypassing all of this because of the Roman agenda, okay, they're going with one women's chamber match on Raw and one women's chamber match on SmackDown. Great. I could deal with 2 chamber matches. That's what it's been in the past. And now here we are back to 3. We're getting a Raw chamber match. We're getting a tag team chamber match on SmackDown. And then more than likely, we're getting a women's chamber match on SmackDown as well. So we could still potentially be looking at 3 chamber matches here on Sunday afternoon. I don't get it. WWE knows how to kill a fucking concept. Don't you think? Miz and Morrison were pissed. The match with the Usos went 11 minutes. It wasn't bad. It's just very difficult to care about what's going on because there's no story here. There's no story between any of these teams. There's no friction between any of these teams. There's no emotional investment in any of them. None. It is very difficult to care about the Miz and John Morrison. It's very difficult to care when the same fucking teams are challenging for the title every single week. It's either the New Day or the Usos. The New Day or the Usos. The Lucha House Party are just there. They just exist. Roode and Ziggler are losers. Losers. Heavy Machinery, I love them, but they've done nothing. WWE should be building them up, being that Otis is the most over babyface on the show. I don't understand why WWE just does and there's no explanation behind anything. So what's the match going to be at WrestleMania? You're going to have a regular standard tag team title match? Or are you going to include all these fucking teams, or I should say the most important teams out of this collection of 6, in a fatal 4-way match at WrestleMania? Just to get everybody on the fucking show. The Usos win in 11 minutes. The Usos hit a 2-move sequence off the top rope. A Samoan Destroyer, which is a.k.a. a Canadian Destroyer, and a top rope Uso splash for the win. Michael Cole yelled about the Canadian Destroyer or the Samoan Destroyer. I've never seen anything like that before. You've never seen a Canadian Destroyer before, huh, Cole? And you call yourself a 21-year commentator for the WWE. You never seen a fucking Canadian Destroyer. Correct me, please correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Michael Cole the one to announce the match between Adam Cole and Pete Dunne at the Survivor Series? How many fucking Panama Sunrises were in that match alone? You never seen Adam Cole do a Panama Sunrise, aka the Canadian Destroyer? I don't know. What about Rey Mysterio and Andrade last year in their series of matches on SmackDown that WWE fucking just wiped clean, right? They cleaned up with Andrade and Rey Mysterio. How many Canadian Destroyers or Mexican Destroyers did we see in that fucking match? And this guy is telling me that he'd never seen a Canadian Destroyer before. Michael Cole, you are a certified fucking idiot. I don't know why anybody would believe anything out of the mouth of these WWE commentators. Seriously. They are a bunch of fucking puppets and are made to look like 2 fucking fools. Ridiculous. Then the moment we all waited for, John Cena. John Cena made his ring entrance. He got a really nice reaction. I was waiting for the John Cena sucks chants with his theme music. He said he was going to talk to them, but they were talking to him. He said his heart was pounding out of his chest. He said it's WrestleMania season, and he wants to be a part of it. He said his role is different, but he hears the fans. You are all passionate about the future of the WWE, and I hear you because I am too, he said. Fans chanted, Cena, Cena. He smiled. He then got choked up and said he was doing what he thinks is the right thing, and he thinks he should sit out WrestleMania. Now, I was getting a little bit excited here when he said, I hear you. I am passionate about the future of the WWE as well. And I'm like, oh shit, are they really going to revert and do something different with John Cena? He said he wanted to do something different. I'm like, oh shit. I was about to mark out for a second. I'm like, are they going to do John Cena versus an upcoming NXT talent at WrestleMania? And then I got excited about the probability of that, and then I'm realizing that this is reality, and that's not going to happen at WrestleMania. So he continued on. I'm going to sit out WrestleMania, he says. This is not goodbye, but it's goodbye for now. And it's the right thing to do. He said he believes in the future of the company, and he's betting on the future because a spot on WrestleMania should be earned with hard work throughout the year. I want you to keep that in mind. Okay? He said he understands it makes WrestleMania sour, but this makes tonight special. He said if he's going to make this announcement, he wanted to do it in front of his loved ones and in front of his family and friends in a place he calls home. He said it feels pretty damn good to spend these last moments and hear this noise in Boston near his hometown of Newbury, Massachusetts. He said he hopes the world is listening to this rowdy crowd tonight fans started to chant Cena, Cena. He said it means more than they know, and he thanked them. His music hit, he gave the salute, and he shook hands with fans in the front row, who I'm assuming is his family, and then he walked up the stage. He stood on the stage and saluted the fans, and Cole called it a final salute. Could we be looking at the final salute of John Cena? Then, as expected, the lights went out, the arena went dark, the lights went on, all you seen was John Cena's face, and then right behind John Cena was Bray Wyatt, making a fucking fool out of himself. Bill Goldberg was the first fucking thing that you seen on this show. Bray Wyatt disappeared into the darkness at Super Showdown after losing to Bill Goldberg. You mean to tell me that Goldberg, being the first thing that was on this show, Bray Wyatt was there all night and said and did nothing about the Universal Championship or his desire to get the championship back or do anything in regards to Bill Goldberg? This is what you're telling me, Vince. This is what you're telling me, Bruce, right? So I'm supposed to sit here and suspend my fucking belief that Bray Wyatt lost what was the most important thing in his fucking funhouse. Bray Wyatt doesn't give a shit about the Universal Championship, shows up on the same show as Goldberg, opts to say nothing to Goldberg, and then shows up in the main event of this show to confront John Cena and point at the fucking WrestleMania logo. If Bray Wyatt wasn't dead in Saudi Arabia, you're going to have the Fiend of all fucking people do the cliche thing of pointing at WrestleMania and the logo? Bray Wyatt is dead. Dead! And WWE solidified that fact tonight. Awful. I don't give a shit about this match anymore. Why would you give a shit about this match? Championship's not on the fucking line. What the fuck is John Cena doing here if the championship and the chase for 17 is not on the line? I'm waiting. You don't have an explanation for it. You don't have an answer for it because there is none. There is none. This match means nothing. John Cena says he's about the future. The best thing for him to do is sit out WrestleMania. I love the future of the company. I hear you. And I'm going to do the right thing this year, and WrestleMania will not have John Cena on the card. That's what he said. 30 seconds later, he's up the ramp, and he's standing next to the fucking Fiend as this fucking goof in a scary mask is pointing at the fucking logo, and John Cena gives him a salute and says, symbolically, I'll see you at WrestleMania. The guy just was in the ring 30 seconds ago saying he doesn't want to take a spot from WrestleMania or take a spot on WrestleMania's card because WrestleMania spots are so fucking hard to come by. You're passionate about the future of the company and that it should be worked for. Meanwhile, 30 seconds later, he's on the fucking ramp and he's accepting a challenge from Bray Wyatt. I guess everything that he just said completely went in one ear and out the other. Everything that he said was wiped away with one fucking salute. Who writes this garbage? Seriously, who writes this garbage? This match means nothing. Vince McMahon sold Bray Wyatt out. Vince McMahon is going to do everything in his power to make sure that you know Roman Reigns is the man. Everything that WWE has done to suppress Roman Reigns from the booze is now completely wiped away. WWE is reverting back to what they did best. Push Roman, push Roman, push Roman. Let you know. Everything they did to save this guy from the incoming attack of the fan base is going to be wiped away. John Cena and Bray Wyatt should have been the title match. You could have easily pitched whatever the fuck you wanted to ESPN with Roman and Goldberg in a non-title match. John Cena and Bray Wyatt needed the Universal Championship. Goldberg beats Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's killed in Saudi Arabia. And Bray Wyatt looks like a big fucking idiot just standing there pointing at a logo and not mentioning anything about the Universal Championship because he'd rather face John Cena in a match that means nothing. The title meant everything to that feud. The win that Bray Wyatt is seeking means nothing for the character. Nothing. Bray Wyatt beating John Cena on the chase for 17 meant everything. And WWE wiped it away because of their greediness and because of their political fucking agenda for Roman Reigns. This show was one of the most nauseating SmackDowns in the history of SmackDown. I dare anyone watching me to refute anything I said here. This show sucks. And I'm done. Completely done. Guys, I'm getting out of here. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. I want to see 2,000 motherfucking likes on this video. I'm telling you right now, this video does not deserve anything less than 2,000 likes. Share it. Fucking show someone who doesn't even like pro wrestling. Show them and have them hit the thumbs up. 2,000 likes is the goal. Make sure you guys subscribe. Turn on that bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter at JD206. I'll be live tweeting during AEW Revolution tomorrow night. Patreon.com/JD206. Check out Off the Script and the Super Showdown review. Links are down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for AEW Revolution. Tonight, with SmackDown, we look like fools. Tomorrow night, we enjoy pro wrestling and we enjoy a show put on by a company that will not treat its fans like a bunch of fucking children. I'll see you guys then.